Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to Xonotic Duel Casting. We have another game from DOXA and Wolfsnipe, this time versus Klaspes, who I will possibly call Klaspes. We are on Fuse. Let's go. These are games from 2020, so a long time ago, but some fantastic games. Send me your demos, and we'll get some newer ones. Join the pickups on IRC because we are getting games, TDM, CTF, and plenty of Duel. And yeah, get over, join it. Links will be in the description. But here we go. We have probably half of the nearly 100 Duels I've cast have been Wolfsnipe. But that's perfectly fine. I'm pretty sure it's the only reason I can do decently when I play against him. Done more demo reviews than he has. Beautiful entry, absolutely fantastic 3 shots. You're always happy when you pull off a set like that. Really nicely done. Klaspes falling a little bit out of control here. Gonna rush in and try and frag Wolfy, but not gonna get the frag. Gonna need to back off. Probably try and take the vortex. A rocket launcher would do very nicely. Gonna get fragged down on the 50 though. And Wolfy gonna get in here for free with this 50. That's connecting a little bit of damage there, I think, but not all that much. And Wolfy's very nicely stacked for this map made by City. Only 250 armors, so a different way of playing. Klaspes on the better side here, going to get blasted up, but beautiful shot there from Wolfy. Absolutely fantastic. Now unfortunately I do generally know that demos that get sent by Wolfy, they're going to be close at some point. There's going to be swings, there's going to be roundabouts, so this isn't just going to be a Wolfy stomp. But the question is, how is Klaspes going to bring this back? Because Wolfy's taken a commanding control, but if you're just going to hit shots like that, I mean, that's revenge on Wolfy for hitting those shots earlier. Up in the mid-airs. Very nicely done. Using the blaster as well. Something you don't see quite as much. Because it is difficult to switch to. But Wolfy does it very well. Xonotic, a fantastically balanced game where every weapon can be used at some point. Klaspes getting away from that one, gets a good bit of damage out. Wolfy going to avoid the rocket though. Stack up a little bit. Get out of this fight. Just making sure every time that Klaspes isn't getting away for free. And even if no damage is dealt, that he can't just waltz in, take what he wants, and get away. Got to always be careful, otherwise you're going to take a little bit of damage like that. Very nicely done from Wolfy. Picking up that 50. Now has control of the armors. But Klaspes feels more stacked. It's unlikely, well, taking the Mega now, so will be, but just before that, it's unlikely that he actually was more stacked than Wolfy, but felt more stacked by the way he was playing very confident and aggressive, and that can definitely earn you some frags, especially on this map where you're never that much more stacked than your opponent. If we were playing something like Xonotic with the 2 mega armors, or I've forgotten the name of the map, never mind, begins with an A, Aggressor, that's it. Aggressor with 2 mega armors and a few 50s, then that fake aggression could definitely be seen through. But you can always do something on this map, because an air shot like that evens things up to the start of the map, but Klaspes is going to come back and take the fight. But another entry air shot there from Wolfy. Direct hits. It's 80 damage. It opens the fight straight up as long as you've got a little bit of stack. You're going to do fairly well. Wolfy getting all these shots practically for free. Manages to get away with not much health at the start of that fight. Now reasonably stacked up and able to take a couple of hits. Doesn't have to leave the fight after just one hit here. With most of the weapons that he would want. Klaspes still pushing in though. Wolfy just wants to do a bit more damage on the exit. Will keep falling back, And the most dangerous thing that Klaspes can do is get frustrated with the falling back and decide to push in more aggressively. Just needs to keep control of that mega. Incredibly important, that. Very nicely done. Great shot there from Klaspes, but Wolfy's able to get a bit of damage down. Klaspes might push this one in, but timing there, beautiful from Wolfy. And a lovely bit of movement to get up. Klaspes getting snagged on the edge at the same time. They spot each other. Wolfy just slightly off the timing. Klaspes ties it up. Wolfy now with the mega timing again. Should be able to play this pretty well. Good damage coming out with grenade launcher. It's going to keep Klaspes honest at the very least, because now Klaspes does have a lot of control over this map, both positionally and with the items. Klaspes has been alive for a while, so has all the weapons. Sort of, you get the feel for having all the weapons. If Wolfy can get a frag, it can really upset someone if they've had the weapons for a while. But Klaspes is coming in, finding the frag straight off the spawn. It's frag and convert, frag and convert, frag and convert. And it looks like he might even get the conversion here, but some great damage coming out from Wolfy. And Klaspes pushing in, trying to absolutely make sure he capitalises off of this scoreboard. Beautiful shot there from Wolfy. Faking it round. Grabbing the mega now though. Would like a little bit of armour. Klaspes is clearly playing well timed. Wolfy a little bit more ragged. The old classic way to play. Beautifully done. Knocking Klaspes for the final tap of damage into the lava. Now Klaspes is pushing in. Wants to try and force Wolfy off of these items. Wolfy's going to push in and just bully onto it. Not making the frag until after taking the item. Just wants to get in. Sometimes you can hit your opponent into the item. It's better in that situation to just rush in and try and body block it. Big hitbox on that mega. Sometimes it doesn't seem as much, especially if you play with simple items on the 2D items, but that mega is a big hitbox. No jumping over it like you can in Quake 3. Very nicely done, a beautiful air prediction. It hits the wall, but still counts. And having to take armors with the blaster there to overstack, or because of being overstacked. Now 2 frags in a minute and a half. It's absolutely doable, because if you can get the frag in the next minute, you'll almost certainly get the conversion after it, but you'd want to give yourself more time. So Wolfy's going to hunt this one. Still has to play around the items, because I can assure you that Klaspes is in the position and takes that mega. You can't just ignore the items, because your opponent's going to take them instead of you, and now you've got to do double the damage to take the frag. It's a long time until the mega. Not sure what Wolfy's doing up there. Saw the mega had been taken. Very nicely done there. Takes the air shot. Klaspes going to get a flick rail and finish Wolfy off. 3 frags now Wolfy has to find in 40 seconds. And it looks like Klaspes has made a fantastic comeback on this. Another flick rail. And that slow respawn just says that Wolfy's slightly given up. Pushing in. No need to worry about the frag difference. just going to push in, try and make some shots. Absolutely brilliantly played from both players. Klaspes absolutely taking this based on the item control. Wolfy played it so well with the map control and the positional control, especially in the early start, but just couldn't rack up the frags with that control. And Klaspes takes it 14-8. A phenomenal game between these two. So thank you very much for watching. As I said at the start, head over to the pickup servers, get some more duels done, get some demos, send them over to me. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.